Okay, welcome back to day 325. God, you are so loud. Anyways, okay, here. Can you hear how loud? Where is it? Do you hear how loud this is? Why is it so loud? Like, did I actually turn it up or something? Like, geez Louise. It's only the intro. Yeah, it's better now. I don't know what it is, but for some reason that intro is so loud compared to and Give It. I have watched it 300 and blah times, so maybe somebody who didn't watch that often wouldn't have noticed, but I did. God, why is it so loud, that intro? Anyways, okay. Yes. So anyways, what happened is, my sister is still sick. So she went and she filled out like forms and whatever, e-visit thing, whatever. And you can't hear it, but he is right. He's right. All of what he just said is right. Wish you guys could hear it. I should have done boop. Okay, but anyways, pretty much the fact that God, he's too loud. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just stop. Pretty much what happened is my sibling is still sick, and he's right. What you should do is always isolate yourself from other people. We stopped sharing. Like, we didn't already share things, but just triple, like, no sharing, washing your hands constantly, blah, blah. So what happened is, she went and she got that all handled and went to visit, and they said we can still get you tested. So she's going to get tested. They're going to send her a test at the house because she's like, oh, well, I don't want to go out and be in a car with one of us. But, no, you still have to drop off the package. So, like, okay, great. So pretty much, like, we are pretty positive you just have an infection based on your symptoms, which is an infection that comes from the cold or flu and not COVID. But we're going to test you to make sure. Do not go to school, like your work, especially because you work at a school. Do not go to work. Don't go in places. Don't do things. Just don't. So, but her throat hurts, and her sinuses hurt, but her throat hurts. No coughing or anything. And anyway, so I put in some ice pops or fruit or juice pops or whatever you call them into our online cart to try to go and buy it so we don't run in. Well, the problem is, my brain is really tired, and I bought it. Like, I went and put it in there, but I'm like, well, I want something, and I don't really want these pops. I want them all for her. So I'm like, well, I would love some ice cream. I'm a slut for ice cream. Ice cream is one of my favorites. So I'm like, let me go put in ice cream. All the stuff that pops up, all of them gluten. Like, it is just gluten. So it's like, oh, you want Ben & Jerry's half-baked? It's like, yes. Well, too bad. You want to have the lack of breath because you have hiccups? So it's like, do you want, like, half-baked or cookie dough or brownies or brownie bits, or you want this or you want this, you want all that. And I'm like, I love cookie dough. Yes, I would love that. Do you sell them in gluten-free? No, not one gluten-free item bit. Okay, well, my sibling just texted saying maybe there is one. Ooh. I'm gonna go check that out real quick because honestly, okay. Apparently, you should just looked it up, like Googled it. Apparently, there is one brand that does dairy-free and gluten-free, but it didn't explicitly say gluten-free unless you look in the ingredients. It just labeled it as dairy-free, so I didn't click on it because it says in big letters cookie dough. So it doesn't say gluten-free anywhere. So anyways, so we're adding that. We'll see how it tastes. God, I'm hot. I'm wearing long sleeves. Even though they're rolled up, it is a thick shirt. This is my winter shirt. Don't look at my shoulder. Ooh, I'm hot, and this is not helping. The electronics around me. Anyways, sorry, my chair was just ruined. Yeah. Just, so we could go and get the ingredients to make cookies here and cook the flour and the temperature for a certain amount of time so it kills off everything and just don't use any eggs. Then it is cookie dough. It's not cooked cookies, a cookie dough. And you can mix it into ice cream. And obviously you can make ice cream at home too. But I'm saying just baseline, like making cookie dough to put into ice cream. I can do that. But you know, no offense. If I'm going to be buying a little thing of ice cream, I don't want to put that much effort into it. I just wish I could go, yes, gluten-free cookie dough, or again, it's like brownies, or this or whatever, and I'm just like, well, why can't I just buy that one? So, and then the fact that it's marked up prices, some people mention it a lot, like Starbucks is an extra 70 cents to just get not dairy milk, and people are like, bro, okay, and people, just like stuff like that, where it's just like, why is my allergies or intolerances, my health, such a markup? So it's like, well, if you want to have pre-made gluten-free brownies, you have to pay a certain amount to put it into your ice cream now. And then it's like, okay, well, if you want to have gluten-free cookie dough, I don't know if they even sell does gluten-free cookie dough. Maybe I know they sell regular cookie dough in stores, but it's just like you would have to either put time and energy into it and money, or even more money if that even exists. And it's like, why can't I just buy a nice little ice cream? And there's plenty of them that don't have gluten because they're just plain chocolate or plain coffee or plain vanilla. But sometimes even just if they have certain things, I think, I don't remember, it was some kind of thing they put in it can have gluten. I know we were just getting from Tropical Smoothie a little while ago, and we were going through Tropical Smoothie, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want a dessert smoothie. I want the Mocha Madness minus the yogurt, but the Mocha Madness, right? And I couldn't get it because their chocolate powder has gluten, meaning anything that has the chocolate in it, I couldn't get. So, there's a banana and chocolate, couldn't get that. There's, I think it's strawberry something and chocolate, couldn't get that. Peanut butter and chocolate, Mocha Madness, it's just like all of them, just like no. And so, we just couldn't get any of the things that had chocolate in it. And I'm just like, they're not gluten-free. And by the way, also, I think there's only like 1 or 2 bowls from Tropical Smoothie that also, like the smoothie shop healthy place. Only 2 food items that are gluten-free as well. And I'm just like, yay. Yay. Love that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Especially when things are supposed to be inclusive, but then it's only inclusive this much. Because, like, one time it's like, inclusive, oh my goodness, turkey sausages. And I bought it, my sibling bought it, and we looked, luckily, and it's like, the inside is turkey, but the casing on the outside of the sausage was still pork. And I'm like, make that a little bit more. And they're like, it's on the ingredients list. Just like, yeah, I can see it's on the ingredients list, but just the fact that, like, it annoying. And that's not even talking about, you know, cultural or religious meat or food eating that other people have to go through, because that just does not exist. Like, I couldn't imagine. You just wouldn't be able to eat most places, you know what I'm saying? And then it just wouldn't exist. I don't know. It sucks because one kid, apparently, that my sister teaches, apparently he is dairy. Nope. What is it called? Lactose intolerant, like, a lot. So apparently he had a pizza, and you could tell. And my sibling's like, they ain't lying, but he also is religious. So his meat's supposed to be, I forgot the word right now. I'm so sorry. My brain is, whew. And, so the problem is, it's like, well, you can't have dairy and you can't have the meat option. So you're left with nothing at the school at all. And I'm just like, And again, it's like, well, usually you just pack your own food. The thing is that it's just like, the fact that gluten intolerant, or not gluten, God, no, you couldn't do anything if you're gluten intolerant at school. Like, there just isn't anything. The fact that you are lactose intolerant and most of your food is just chopped away. It's like, what? And it just, I don't know, it just, the fact that this kind of sucks. The things aren't very inclusive. Yeah. My sibling was really surprised, though. Apparently, the stuff at school, the food, is very, much the same as when we were younger. Even so, that's not the school we went to. And so what happened is, she was really surprised, and I'm like, I'm not. And she's like, but a lot of things, a lot of money, and I'm like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all that it's the same exact food. Like, not at all. And, anyway, so apparently she's like, I can't get from, like, she doesn't want to, but, like, she's like, there's no way in hell I could order from the cafeteria there and not just be transported back to being a child. Like, there's just no. And, so anyways, so the poor kid that can't have, certain meat, or certain meat, the other kids get certain gummy snacks, but he can't get gummy snacks, like I mentioned before here, where I can't eat pork. And I noticed that my gummy snacks had pork in them, solely because I ate them and got sick. Okay, that was the last pause, I swear to God. I swear to God. Anyway, my cat was howling to get let in through the front door so he can walk through the house and out the back door. Yeah. Oh, I gotta do stuff tonight. Disgusting. Oh, a bug. Disgusting. Anyways. I don't know, just the fact that things aren't very inclusive. Again, like, or it's too much of a fad. A lot of times when I'm looking up recipes, I'm looking up gluten-free blank, and they're like, gluten-free. I ate too much and I got the hiccup burps. Gluten-free cake, or especially recently gluten-free, and egg and dairy, or whatever. More egg free than dairy free, but anyways, we're looking up like that kind of stuff, and for my siblings and not me. And so what happened is that it will just be like healthy cake, or this, or extreme vegan. Again, not just like vegan, like extreme fads, or me looking up like, is blank gluten free, and you'll just get so many fads, or so many like, oh, super health conscious. I'm just like, okay, yes, that's great that is existing, but not what I'm looking for. Where one time I don't remember, I was just looking up different things, and it just like did not work. It just did not exist. It just did not. Like, it was too far, and you can kind of use that, but if they made that recipe explicitly for being as extremely whatever as they are health-wise, like in this direction, and I'm just like, no, I don't need it to be 8,000 different things. So like dairy ice cream, that just doesn't have gluten. I wonder if there's non-dairy ice cream that has gluten. That's my next question. I want to say yes, but it just, I don't know, the fact that I can't look up different things, and just, or like, for me, if I try to look up things that don't have pork in it, it will be like extremely, again, just like so much the other direction. I'm like, no, there's no pork, there's none of that. One big thing that I really hate is when places put spices as an ingredient. Do you know how many freaking companies I contacted because they put spices, like, not like reach out, but like I had to go to their website and then had to guess, or I actually did contact like emailed companies, because it's just like, bro, just don't just put spices. Just tell me what spices there are. You can be like, spices, and then list them. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Even if you, like, they're not, oh, it's so secret. You can't, like, I didn't know I couldn't eat, what was it, like, the 11 herbs and spices. Is that KFC? Sure. One of those is sage. I have, like, I literally, that is my, I get so, like, so bad. And you're gonna just not tell me what spices there are? Pringles are not gluten-free, that they said, but like I was looking, and I'm 95% sure they still said just spices on them, and then like sausages will be just spices, noodles will just be spices, dressings